Hello and welcome to episode 16. So yeah, I'm just using the jetpack here to fly around, look for some Mercer spheres. You know, no big deal. If I can get this before he shoots me off. And I did. So, wait, how did I get a jetpack? Yeah, we should probably back up. Let's back up a few minutes. So I did between episodes, I went ahead and threw in the Rebar and Nobelisk production right here. You know, same thing we've been doing. This completes production floor 3. There's one space at the end, can't put anything there. And then we've got the whole production floor above, can't put anything there. I did make a couple little changes here to this elevator, and I want to make the other 2. Yeah, that's right. I added one in the middle. I want to make the other 2 like this. So I've got the ground floor. I got production 1. Then that's the catwalk for production 1, right? I did not mean to jump like that. Logistics 1, catwalk for 1, right? So we're on the production 3 catwalk, right? And then because this is production 3. So I've got 2 stops that do nothing just so that I can space these icons out how I want, right? So like if I go to the one that does nothing here, it's just that I needed a floor in that spot to ship stuff over. I do hope they let us edit it a little bit better than that in the future, but for now that's that. I moved the hub over here and I built a little base, like bases and like foundation. I would like to put some more stuff like this here and actually make it look like something, but for now it's just temporary there. I put a middle elevator in here because the truck route is right below, and I got the little things on so you can kind of see, and yeah, ignore that. Because the truck route goes through here, I had to test and make sure, do all my pillars come down in the right spot? Hey, guess what? They do. I don't have to mess with the truck route. So when I put the elevator in, I just suspended it. But the advantage is by not starting it on the ground, this elevator will be able to go, because both of the other 2 stop at the top floor. Not only will this one go to the catwalk on production floor 4, it'll also go all the way to the roof. So we're going to finish tier 4. We're going to unlock 5 and 6. We're going to get a jetpack, Mercer spheres, oil. Yeah. So there's a lot of things we can do. Unlocking the rest of 4 is super simple. I think I've got all the stuff over there. That's why I moved the hub. Then we're going to get the stuff for the space elevator. It's almost done. I think I've got like 900 of the automated wiring, and I need to get to 1,000, and I think the other 2 are done. So we'll get that, and then we'll get the jetpack, because I really need a bunch of Mercer spheres, and I just want the jetpack for that. And then we got oil and steel and yeah, all that stuff. So let's go over here, do the exciting part, and finish off tier 4, finally. Not there. So I'm going to launch that one. That was for the power towers. And we will use these.
Reached.
Just not right now.
Pioneers started exhibiting.
So just to show you what I've gotten off camera, I've already grabbed the 200. I've already grabbed the 100 I need of these. And you can see we've produced that many more. On the automated wiring, I already grabbed 1,000. So we just barely got over 1,000. The smart plating's the one that's just under. I've got 900. There's 50. It was 48. I was waiting for it. So I need 50 more of those. And so I'll go back to the hub and wait to unlock the last of 4. But we're going to have to wait out for 50 of these things. Okay, this guy's just coming back. I threw everything that I had in my inventory over there into the space elevator. So I can go ahead and take all this back. And I've still got room for the 50 more we're waiting on. Okay. And then send that one off. And that's it.
Milestone reached. By adding Hypertube entrances
and
at both
branch
ends of
and junction are new to
Pioneers
1.1.
Can achieve 2-way.
Okay, and that's 50. Okay, 50 more of those. We'll seal it. I don't know if we get an animation this time on sealing it. Looks like not. Maybe we do.
Welcome to the Project Assembly Pioneer Progress presentation.
Can we see this though?
Congratulations, the Phase 2 project part shipment is now ready for delivery.
No, because this is different.
On delivery, Phase 2 will be completed and the construction dock will be constructed. After completion of Phase 2, the technologies of Tiers 5 and 6 will become available in the hub.
Yes, the jetpack.
These might feel intimidating after your previous experience, but rest assured that you would not be here if you were entirely incompetent. Highlights are oil production, railway transportation, the jetpack, and many more. Completing Phase 3 of Project Assembly is your next main objective. Just remember to focus on producing and delivering the project parts, and Fixit's faith in you will be strengthened.
Okay. Send it. Got an achievement too for phase 2.
Phase 2 of project assembly completed. You have been performing more adequately under pressure and are closer than ever to saving the day. Perhaps you were the right choice for the job. Time will tell. You will now enter phase 3 of project assembly. Continue as you are, and there should be no issue. For humanity. For Fixit.
Tier 4 we finished. Why it's blinking, I'm not sure. So the jetpack, absolutely 100% I want. I should have everything, not necessarily in my inventory right now, but I should have everything. Okay, I almost had everything in my inventory. We'll come back to that in a second. So the jetpack, which I was very anxious to get. Oil processing we're going to need because a lot of stuff's gated behind oil. So that's going to get us oil processing. The Mark IV belts, we know we're going to need that. We're going to need oil to get it because that's rubber, but we know we need that. That's going to help us with our steel production. Fluid packaging, we don't necessarily need at the moment. Petroleum power, we're going to need that very soon. We are pretty good on power still. Yeah, so we've still got 700 megawatts to play with. So even if everything was running, we're still pretty good on power. But once we start to build that oil stuff, we'll immediately go over. So we're definitely going to want that. Then for tier 6, the manufacturer, we definitely want this because we need this to make crystal oscillators and one other recipe that we already have. And you can see we're going to get some more recipes out of it too. The train, we're going to want that soonish. Not quite yet, but we're going to want that soonish. Pipeline stuff, we're going to need that too when it comes to fuel. The Blueprint Designer Mark II, we don't really care about because I'm already kind of cheating with the Mark III in a different world and then just bringing the blueprints here. So we're going to get the jetpack, and then we're going to look for Mercer spheres, and then we need to unlock oil and get a little oil going. So let me get the rest of the stuff for the jetpack real quick. All right, should have everything I need now. That.
Milestone reached. Fixit has granted you the power of flight, provided you have a jetpack and the appropriate fuels.
Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and make 2, I guess, just to have an extra one. If I had space in my inventory. Get rid of one of those. Okay, so I think that's going to take my parachute spot. Now, all I have right now is the solid biofuel, which gets us a little somewhere, but not, and you can see, not great. It's not great. Oh, I probably should not have done that since my health is not so good. Okay. That was supposed to be me switching to the parachute. I did not switch to the parachute, and I managed to live, and that was very reckless. All right. Makes it seem like it's up there for sure. Well, I'm not good at switching. I am not good at switching. Wow. I think I have it on to where I keep everything. Yeah, 0 days. That was my first death, and it was very preventable.
Waves lap at our shores.
When will you land?
Ask with us.
Could not swing fast enough. Yep. Died again. All right, I made some of these. See what that helps.
One. Only synchronized cloud platforms.
The effigy is not an effigy.
Oh god, we're screwed here. Might as well just try to take some of these out. Yeah, I was screwed. There was nothing I could do. How many of these things do we have yet? 28. I was hoping for more than that. Urgh.
Enchant.
You land.
Okay, 44 Mercer spheres it is. That's more than I need. I do need... Let me see. I need 47, 103, 103. I need 300 of those plus... So I need 300, 400. Let's just say I need 500. Let me make 500 real quick. All right, I think I've got what I need just to do these first few. So we'll do the expansion. And then again.
Dimensional expansion increased to 200%. Refining manipulation of SAM allows us to now deconstruct non-living matter down to its atomic components in one dimension and store it in basic bound states in another. Your enthusiasm for saving the day has been noted. Your attitude has also been noted.
I'm just going to push through.
I
Make
will
her
now
mad.
assume you are an expert and judge your use of these technologies accordingly.
All right, so by going through everything, and if you look over at the right side of the screen there, so I need to drop my little depot blueprint on pipes, quartz crystal, silica, screws, copper sheets, quick wire, modular frames, AI limiters, stators, rotors, motors, Nobelisk, rebar, black powder, reanimated SAM, and then technically the three things we're making for the space elevator. And I believe that would be every single item other than ingots. I don't see any reason to do like ingots or like raw limestone or anything, but let me do a bunch of that off camera because it's kind of all over the place. And I don't know that I'm going to do every one. Like the black powder and reanimated SAM, I don't need those now. I'm definitely not going to do the space elevator ones. We'll see. Okay, I think I've got the first thing here. Steel pipes hooked up. We should be... Yep, we're uploading. So we can hold 3 stacks, so I can hold 600, and we can do 60 a minute, which is 4 times as fast as 15. That's still not quite enough to do like a huge amount of building, but I mean, we can do 600 at once, and then it's going to replenish pretty quick. So yeah, I just thought I'd show this first one. Got a little ways to go. I do have all of the dimensional depots set up, but I'm not super happy with the speed, especially the upload speed on some of the stuff. So I wanted to upgrade again another level. I just spent about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours over here getting more Mercer spheres. I already have 10 or 9, I don't remember. And then I got like 27 more because I knew that this next thing was 26, wherever it is. Yeah. We'll do both of these. And honestly, I'd probably rather have that.
The dimensional shift now no longer cares how complex the components
that would
of
wipe
the
me out
original
on spheres,
part
though.
are,
We're going to go
and
with this
will save
one.
each part as a single collection of particles that can be instanced easily.
Oh, I need a couple of those.
Shift the body core flow cycle song of the 5-layered shallow state.
I'm working on it, but are you saying there is another layer? Is it a sensor limitation?
Deepen.
Helpful.
I was trying to upload what I didn't need, but I guess I counted off a little bit. Okay, so 4 stacks.
Dimensional expansion increased to 400%. Parts can now be stored as elementary particles in a
And I can do
hyperdense
120.
deconfined state. Normally, I'd explain the basic science, but I don't think this one can be simplified enough for you to understand.
We composed a growth song, but you composed a shrink song, so we remain silent. The dance of your bones and organs and veins amuses us.
I find somebody
I
uploading.
understand. Seeing the pioneer perform tasks also amuses me.
It's still not super fast, but it's a lot faster than it was. Plus having 4 stacks should help. All right, so I guess I'll just give you a little tour real quick. Let me run up to the logistics floor. Okay, we are on the bottom logistics floor, logistics 1. I already had plates and rods going in. We've got 1 conveyor of screws going in. We've got the raw quartz going in here. I believe this next one is going to be the silica. Yep, that one's a silica. Things got a little tight over here. These are not supposed to go in next to each other. What's this one? Concrete. Oh, because it's on the bottom belt. Yes, the top belt doesn't do anything because that's where the other one joins. Okay. I did not do the black powder or the reanimated SAM. I just didn't see the reason to. Wire and cable we already had. I think that's it for this floor. Now I just need to go. It's so much easier too to get around in here. Like, yeah, I got to kind of build my speed up. But being able to fly over stuff is really nice, especially trying to get up to a conveyor up there and figure out what you're doing. Okay, logistics 2. So I think I already had reinforced plates and yeah, the encased beams. Those haven't even come out on the conveyor yet because they've never filled up. So those were already there. So we've got, oh yeah, we've got our Nobelisk and we've got our rebar, which I don't like need a huge amount of that, but I want it when I'm on the go. When you're out there and you need some, you need some. We added modular frames and AI limiters. We added stators and rotors and motors. Although I've obviously missed one somewhere. Oh, because it's this one. It's just confusing because the motors is first, but motors isn't the first. Yeah. This one, is this the stators? Yes. They are just, we're barely making more stators. So whenever the motors fill up, which is a while ways. So whenever that fills up, and then these are the 3 for the space elevator. I am not dimensionally depoting the 3 items for the space elevator, and I'm not doing black powder or reanimated SAM. Unlock oil, and then, yeah, more steel once we get to Mark IV bells. Yeah, so basically oil. Let's unlock some oil. All right, so oil processing. We can scan for oil. We can make heavy oil residue in a refinery, I believe. We can make polymer resin. These are both byproducts. Petroleum coke, can make that. These aren't things we're going to specifically want as an end resource. They're just, they might come up in the middle of the process. Circuit boards, that's important. Yeah, that's very important for computers. The oil extractor is what pulls the oil out of the ground. The refinery refines it. Valves. Game didn't have valves before, so I don't know how valves work. Of course, plastic and rubber and fuel. And those are the big ones. There's also, you know, we're not doing alternate recipes, but there, turbo fuel. So I do want to unlock the turbo fuel recipe, and I don't know what's below that, but we're going to need some hard drives. So I haven't collected hard drives except twice. And so we're going to be on the lookout for some more hard drives. All right. So where I want to go for the oil is not on the map exactly. There. Okay, yeah, here. I'm surprised these other ones are closer, though. Oh, that's why. Because they're all around the... Yeah, I don't really want to go there for my oil. All right, so we'll do probably oil over here, then. Fuel, we might come over here, but oil will probably stay over there. So I'm going to get the Black Explorer. Where is the Black Explorer? So probably should fill up on compacted coal and grab some more compacted coal. Okay, my patience runs out. And I should also stop at the old base and pick up some solid biofuel. Or, no, wait, I think I connected it to a dimensional depot. Yeah, I did. Okay. So I have access to fuel no matter what. Oh, here comes the truck. So yeah, in between episodes, I stuck a dimensional depot in there where all the solid biofuel is. Okay. I wasn't looking at my health, obviously. Oh, you might have noticed this in the background. So I said we weren't going to do hypertubes because I just kind of consider them a little too unrealistic, like shooting all around the factory and stuff. And honestly, by the time you get to the hypertubes, you're almost to the jetpack. So I did build a hypertube cannon because I kept dying and I had to keep going way back out there getting my Mercer spheres. So I'm not going to keep using this. I'm going to tear it down. That's why I drove over there, but I will use it this one time just for show. And I need my parachute. So I'm going to start holding left and straight because we're going to overshoot otherwise. Because I think I'm all the way back right there. I'm gonna have to put the chute out to actually get it to reverse. That cannon is big enough, it'll launch me straight all the way to the other side of the map without doing anything.
Your waves left the dark
Anyways.
When will you land?
More explosives. So if you look at where we are in the map, pretty much the west coast of the map, and there's this big long section of beach through here. Leave me alone, buddy. Where'd they come from? Little bees are after me. Yeah, and then there's a fourth one, I think, this way or that way or something. I don't remember. Anyway, people called this the Gold Coast like a long time ago. That's not its official name now. I'm going to try to kill this guy. I do want to... This isn't going to be effective. I do want to go ahead and grab the hard drive out of this one. Heavy modular frames. We don't even have those yet. Oh, there's some rubber. I don't know if it's easier to just dismantle the crash site. What's this thing take? All right, get that far. Oh, this is one of the ones you can just open. Haha. Okay, so we're going to save that for alternate recipe. No. We're going to save that for the fuel. And that's why I upgraded the dimensional depot. So I could build like a bunch of stuff. I mean, that's not a bunch. Why am I stuck? I'm going to blow it up. Maybe it's an invisible rock or something and I can get rid of it. I'm not confident where that one went. Might have thrown it through the world. Huh. Well, that's unfortunate because I was... The whole thing is I made the bridge wide enough that we could have truck routes on it. And now there's some weird obstacle that's invisible. All right. Anyways, back to what I was saying. So there's some oil nodes over here. Now we do want to build an oil like building and do a bunch of stuff. But just to get started, I just need like a really basic setup. Just really basic. So I think we'll probably just put the extractor down. I should have run power out here.
Automation is the way.
Should have run power out here. Is it worth running the power towers now? They're not that expensive. They're not that expensive. So at some point, I'm going to run power towers to the coal power plant, which is, I think, over there, maybe? And we're going to have a power room here where we can distribute power and send out to other places. So I want the power towers to come from there to feed this base, to feed this power room, wherever it is in this little building. And then I want power to go back out to do various things. And one of them will send power towers just to the oil area, because I think there's going to be a pretty substantial building over there. So I am going to put power towers from here to the oil area. And eventually we'll have them from the coal power to here. Eventually the fuel generators. Yeah, there's all kinds of things. But I think I should be able to do this. And I made a blueprint real quick. I am missing it. And it's just the normal thing. And it's got a bunch of foundations under it, just so if I'm on uneven terrain, you know, I can be like, there. And I think that looks pretty good. Obviously, that's not the right angle, but I'm going to go from here all the way to the oil place, and temporarily we'll just hook it up to the base. So we've got our nice little bridge, and I've got some power towers. I thought maybe I'd be able to highlight it, but it's just out of highlight range. So that goes all the way back to base. It goes to here, and then it stops. And then I pulled the little one over to put the pole here. So we've got the oil extractor. Hook that up. That's going to crank us out some oil. I just need to make some plastic and rubber right now. I don't really care about anything else. I just need a little bit of plastic and rubber going. All right, so we got the oil extractor. It's going to put out 120 oil a minute. Crude oil, that is. 120 crude oil a minute. We're going to come over here. I'm going to have 2 refineries making plastic. So they're going to take 30 and 30, which is 60. That's half. And we're going to make 20 and 20 plastic. Ignore that. So those are the 2 plastic. And then we're going to have 2 making rubber. Same thing. 30 crude and 30 crude. So rubber, rubber, plastic, plastic. That'll take all of our crude, and it'll make 40 rubber a minute and 40 plastic a minute. But each one, the rubber ones are going to kick out 20 heavy oil residue, and these are going to kick out 10. So 20, 40, 50, 60 heavy oil residue a minute we have to do something with. The simplest thing is to take the 60 over. I put 2 more up, and I'm using the recipe to turn it into petroleum coke. So it'll take 40. I underclocked it to 76. So it'll take 30.4 and 30.4. So just a little more than 60 because I don't want it to back up. And that's going to make, whatever, 192 or something. 90, 180, 182. Yeah, I was somewhere around 182 and a half petroleum coke a minute, which we can just sink or we can burn for power. I don't really care right now. I just want to get some plastic and rubber going. So all I've got to do, theoretically, I don't even know where pipes are. Okay, I'm going to use a junction. I don't know why it's snapping like funny, but I don't really need that, do I? Where's this thing's output at? Right there. Let's So it should technically be in the middle between these two. So, and this is going to look incredibly dumb. Is that clip? Okay, so that's going to send the 120 in. It's going to split it 50-50. It's going to send 60 this way, 60 that way. 30 and 30. Okay. And you're doing that, and this guy should be making plastic and rubber, but he's also filling up on the heavy oil residue. So we need to get rid of that. That's fine. Makes it technically a little easier. I'm doing the wrong one, so. Well, actually, I'll be able to use that junction down there. I don't know where the others are. Why can you not do? Well, I don't know what happened there. Come on. I wish there was an option. I wish there was an option, some kind of key. And when I hold that key down, whatever it is, I don't care, it removes snap points that aren't valid. So like whatever it is, let's say it's shift. I hold shift down. Boom, that disappears. It won't give me that as a snap. And I would just get the one I want. You know what I mean? Like, don't show me ones that you're not going to let me do. But sometimes I do need to see that. Okay, and then these need to input on the front. So these actually need to be backwards. I love how it copies stuff now too. That's so nice. Well, we're gonna have to get stuff out of there, aren't we? Okay, that should be sending that. Well, we don't have power. That should be sending the heavy oil in. The heavy oil's coming in. Where are these guys at? Okay, they flushed out, which is good. Oh, they're making me some petroleum coke. And I think for now, we could run it into power generators, but then I have to use water. I think I'm just gonna sink it, honestly, because this is super temporary. Why is that? We're backwards again, aren't we? Backwards again. Because I made it backwards, so now it's frontwards. What was I doing? I don't remember how to build like this, where you just put stuff on the ground and it looks terrible. Because we're still gonna leave that there, so it doesn't float. I'm just gonna give it plenty of space, so hopefully I can make this connection. Yes. There we go. And that'll stop you from backing up. They're only doing 180 a minute. We can sink 270, so that's never going to back up. So the only thing that's going to stop us now is, yep, hitting the rubber and the plastic, which is going to come out the back. Okay, let's do it differently. Conveyor merger here, because I really don't care what it looks like. I we're only making 20 a minute, right? So I can just do this. This. That. Ooh. Okay. Don't care if it's pretty. Okay, that should... I'll make it a 2. I'll make it a 2 to get that out of there. And 3. Okay, and I will go ahead and put a depot on top because the main thing I want is to unlock stuff. And that should depot. Okay, we got plastic and we should have rubber. All right, so that is the most basic possible oil layout. We are making plastic, we are making rubber, we're taking the byproduct and we're sinking it. There are a lot more efficient ways we could use the byproduct, but right now I don't care. And I did want to, because see, I forgot that the input and the output were on opposite ends. Like, I know that seems stupid because most of the machines are, but I'm just used to the refineries having stuff on one side. So this was good because, yeah, we're going to build a building somewhere over here and do this on a much larger scale. But I kind of needed to see how this worked. So, all right, I am going to take the power lines back to base. I did not bring the Explorer with me because I knew I was going to have to get out and keep doing this. And there's my blueprint, right? It's just a couple little concrete bases there, and I can kind of sink them in the ground however far I want. All right, let's just time lapse the trip back. Yeah, I spent like 5 minutes gathering some resources here. I'm not going to launch that one yet, even though we're going to. Fluid packaging, I should have everything for that. And I'm not concerned about this yet. I would like to get some packaged, like, better fuel just for my jetpack. And then petroleum power. I'm going to go ahead and unlock this. And I think I should be able to unlock this. I know I don't have enough. Okay. I can unlock this. I don't really care. We're definitely not doing trains. I don't quite have 50 heavy modular frames. All right, so I'm going to go back. I'm just going to unlock the Mark IV. And then when the thing comes back, we'll unlock fluid packaging. We're not going to use it quite yet. We're not going to use petroleum power quite yet. The industrial manufacturer, I don't think I'm going to use it quite yet. But I just want to unlock stuff. So there goes the Mark IV. Okay, just wait on this thing to land. Fluid packaging. Oh yeah, and we got the truck. I should talk about the truck. So we got the little sugar cube. And we got the Explorer. Now we've got the truck, which is obviously significantly larger. And if you look at the storage area, so 1, 2, 3, and then I'm going to guess that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 8. 3 times 8 plus 1. I'm going to guess that's double then. Double minus 2. So basically, it's actually kind of surprising. Looking at that, it should be a lot more than double, shouldn't it? It should be like 8 times as much. If we needed 2 sugar cubes on the crystal route, instead of doing that, I could have 1 of these, but this thing's not going to fit. I'm already stuck. This thing's not going to fit through that cave. So, hey, there was the truck. Bye, truck. Okay, Mark IV, that was obvious, right? 4 conveyor, 4 lift. We got the truck randomly in there for some reason. Fluid packaging, we're going to get the packager, which is a machine that can take liquids, put them into empty canisters, right? So you could package water, you could package oil, fuel, heavy oil residue, liquid biofuel. Well, that's an option. That's in a pipe. So this, I'm pretty sure, is a much better fuel for the jetpack than what we've got now. 1 more.
Milestone
That's
reached.
all of 5.
It is my honor and privilege to...
Okay, this thing's coming back. So real quick, we're almost done with the episode. So what are we going to do next time? I've got a few more things to do here, but next time, I think probably since we got the 480 belts, we're going to double our steel production, which we know we need. And we're going to add the recipes on the right to production. We're going to build then the oil base, and then we're going to think about fuel power. So more steel, simple recipes. Circuit board takes the assembler. The rest of these take the manufacturer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, it's going to be a question. Some of these are going to take plastic and rubber. Are we going to send what we need over to there? Are we going to send what's over there over here? Are we, because there's Caterium over there. I don't know yet. So far, we've got a main base and everything comes here. And then I don't want to just bring the oil here. I kind of want to set something else up a little different. So I know I'm going to have oil production over there. I just don't know how far I'm going to go with it. Are we going to make computers over there? Or are we going to make computers over here? That I don't know yet. All right. So the last thing in here we're going to unlock is the manufacturer. We're not doing trains right now, so I don't need trains. We will need this, but I can't do it. Don't have the heavy modular frames and don't care about that. That's all I can do there.
But most importantly, the 2 new project parts. The modular engine and adaptive control unit are essential for the development of Phase 3 of project assembly. You are making
Smokeless
good
powder. Why did it back out of the
future is
MAM?
starting to look bright.
I want this, but I don't have the packaged fuel yet. We're going to have to make a bunch.
Completed.
Oh, I guess the smokeless powder we need to set up too.
Unlocked. New sulfur research available for the development of high-end weaponry and ammunition.
Oh, the smokeless powder. Yeah, that just kind of ran off the screen. Once we get the smokeless powder, I'll be able to unlock a lot of these things. That I need to do the refinery thing. I'm not so worried about that. I'm not so worried about these. Not so worried about that. I do want this because we're going to need that high-speed connector to make computers, I think.
Research completed. High-speed connector recipe unlocked.
I'm not super worried about
Petroleum
those.
research available.
And I definitely want this. But I need 50 circuit boards and 100 more fluctuators. I don't know. I do have 100 fluctuators. We'll probably do that next time. This is very important. I have so many slugs saved up from going around and looking. I've got 18 purples, 24 yellow, and 37 blue. So by default, the blue are 1-to-1. So that'll make me 37 power shards. That would make me 48 and then 18 times 4. But if we do the augmenter under here, you can put more summer sloops in and you can up your production so that a blue won't be 1-to-1. It'll be more than 1-to-1. It takes a huge amount of power, so you don't want to do it to everything, but you would definitely want to run the purple power slugs through. All right, so that's probably everything we're going to do next time. Probably a couple researches, but the main thing will be next time we're going to start with the steel. Sorry, this episode was kind of all over the place, so hopefully it edits together better than it's recorded. All right, see you guys next time.